Yes! We have made it for another week. We are here on Easter. Oh, man. We got to bring the energy up in here. Everyone's at home eating or doing whatever on the Easter Sunday. But we are here for you guys. Me and Garrick. Garrick, you've sacrificed your time to come in. How are you?
Pretty good, Josh. What's going on?
Ain't nothing. Man, we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the recent 3 games that we've won. We're going to preview the upcoming game. We're going to go with a little status around the league. Got some interesting stories. Well, really only 2 to talk about. And I even got a interview with Sir Foster, Atlanta's own Sir Foster, that's going to be coming on later in the pod. But let me start things off, man. Garrick, I got a story for you.
What's going on?
So, you are aware there is a big blockbuster movie that recently came out these past couple of days. You're aware of this?
Yes.
Okay. So, we go see this movie. I'm thinking I'm going to be slick. I'm going to go watch it during matinee on Saturday to avoid all the traffic. Well, there was traffic literally on the way to the theater because of an accident. So we get there maybe 5 minutes before the movie starts. We get in, get our stuff. I get a drink and something to eat because I hear this movie is long, so I wanted to be ready. So we get into the theater. We walk in. The previews are playing. I look in. Every single seat is practically taken in the theater, except for where? Where is the last place people want to sit in the theater?
The front row?
The front row. That was the only place where seats were available. So I sit there. I sit down in the front row. I'm looking up, like literally straight up in the sky. I didn't realize that when you sit in the front row, you can't look at the movie screen as a whole. You literally have to look at it in sections. So if there's writing that comes across the screen, you're literally going left to right with your head. So we get about one more preview in, and then I realize, I can't have this. So I get out. I tell my incredibly nice fiance here, I tell her, you know what, just hold the seat real quick. I'm gonna go out to the lobby and check something out. Garrick, I go out to the lobby. I request to go to my car. Now, I don't recommend for people to do this because I don't know what you guys think. But I may or may not keep an extra couple spares of 3D glasses in the in the inside of my car. I may or may not keep a spare, like, couple pairs. So I say to the girl at the ticket counter, hey, let me go out to my car. She's like, cool. Just show me your ticket when you come in. I still have my ticket, so it was cool. I go out, grab these 2 glasses. I've had these glasses in this car for like maybe a year or 2. Come back in. Luckily for us, there was a showing of this same movie. I'm not gonna, mention the movie, but it was the big blockbuster movie. We all know that came out. In case if someone's listening, I get in trouble here. I walk in. I go in there. I realize the movie's showing maybe 20 minutes after the airtime of the regular movie. So we go into the movie theater. I sit down. I text her. I say, hey, I'm going to see. I basically explained to her my idea. So I go into the new 3D theater. Nobody's in there because no one wants to pay for, tickets for that because everybody knows it costs a lot more. I get in. I'm sitting there. About 5 minutes later, a really crappy Ghostbusters preview comes on, but it's in the whole 3D view. I put my glasses on, boom, everything works. So I send the flag, I send the bat signal up in the air. Oops, shouldn't have said that. I send the message out that, hey, it works. Come over across the way, theater number 7. She comes in. We look, we see that there is just a ton of seats, and we're like, man, this is nice. There was no one around us, so we were able to talk through the movie like, that annoying group. So it was cool, man. I basically just saved myself from having to get some neck pain staring up. And I sat in there with my, in that theater with them glasses. And, when the movie ended, I folded the glasses back up, put them back in my pocket, and went on my way.
That is some MacGyver level improv. Good job, Josh.
It was wonderful. I felt like, I don't know, it might have been, if it weren't for the fact that, I don't normally watch 3D movies, but it was just the fact that there was just, there was no seats. Who wants to sit in the front row? Nobody does. It was wonderful. But that, you know what? I was talking with some people who want to actually talk about the movie. Do you want to do a special wait, first of all, have you seen the movie?
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Seeing it tomorrow. Okay, cool. Would you be free, I guess Thursday, to do a super heavily spoiled pod about that? I know Patrick said he wanted to do it, and I messaged somebody else who said they'd be down for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, about same time that we normally record. I do on Tuesday, on Thursday. Okay, cool. We'll do just a special one. This can't get on Peachtree Hoops though, but we'll just put it up there. Anyway, that's my story. How's your weekend going so far?
Nothing, Josh. Same old, Josh. I live a boring life.
You're in Augusta, man. Ain't boring. So let's start things off. Did you get a chance to watch the Daily Show thing with Tabo Cephalosha?
I did catch it.
You caught it?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
It's pretty good. I'm a big fan of Roy Wood Jr.
I thought it was kind of clever.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff they portrayed. But they said you got to get you a white dude to be with. And they showed, to the normal world, no one knows that that's, Paralantic. And it's just kind of like, he's foreign. That's kind of, it doesn't work that way. But hey, whatever had the joke work. But I thought it was kind of clever. Especially how he was celebrating, and then he told him, what did he say? Wait, you just had to do community service and you get off? Are you stupid?
Take the deal.
Take the deal. It's like old plea deal Bobby and OJ versus. Man, that's another subject on its own. That what I'm gonna try not to talk about it this week. We'll see what happens at the end of the episode. But also, other recent news. Garrick, when you were younger, I remember you used to tell me you played baseball in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
So did you ever have a moment when you were younger playing baseball that practice got out and you were the only one at the field waiting for your mom or whoever to come pick you up after school?
Okay. Oh yeah, that happened.
I'm almost certain anyone who's played sports has had this happen to them. Like me being in front of the track, or me when I used to play soccer up till high school, or my brother in particular, we'd be sitting in front of the field just waiting she gotta show up.
It's especially bad when you're at school and you see all the teachers leaving.
Yes.
They're locked in their classrooms.
The janitors leaving man. They're locked in their classrooms, going out to their car. And they wave at you. Hey, Garrett. Hey, Joshua.
Did you call somebody? Yeah, they're on their way.
Yeah, they're on their way. Okay, you called someone. No, and they don't give a crap that you're there because if someone cared, they stay for another 5 minutes. But nah, they up and leave you. Anyway, the recent game against the Detroit Pistons, there was an event after the game that this was the first thing that came to mind when I heard about this. Jeff Teague, our beloved Jeff Teague, that everyone gave a hard time to the first month of the season. Apparently, he got left behind, and he was on his phone like, is anybody going to come pick me up? Man, oh man, I wonder how awkward that was. Like, you get on the team bus, we're like, we're missing somebody. The starters. Name the starters. What's the starting lineup?
They didn't have accountability buddies.
Yeah, seriously. Like chaperones. You got your partners, man.
That South Park episode when Butters and
Oh,
Cartman
Butters and Cartman. They went
Butters wouldn't let go of his hand.
even when he was on the little rocket ride. And oh, that episode was, oh man. Yeah, that was funny. But that's what that made me think of when Jeff was behind. They just showed the pictures. I didn't know that was possible. Did you know that could happen? Like, maybe I thought a rookie as a joke, but just like, a vet, like nobody noticed Jeff was missing. Like,
Nah.
Like you think like, I wonder what happened to our starting point guard.
But on the air, like Home Alone's mom on the airplane.
Yeah, that's it. I was just about to say that. He puts his hands together. No! Oh my goodness. So they had the memes that came out with it. Those memes are hilarious. Like you saw someone made a Left Behind meme. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with SpongeBob and Squidward.
Yeah.
Got the pizza.
Left Behind. They said, I bet you Dennis was driving the bus. They are hilarious, man. Oh my goodness. But, good thing the Hawks won, because if they didn't win that game, I could imagine that being a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's get to it. Let's do let's go over the last few games. Last time we talked, the Hawks played the Wizards. I thought the Wizards would put up a big fight. Hawks pretty much just like had their way with that game. Hardaway, what happened? Something happened. Yeah, Schroeder had a big game. We say Hardaway, he played pretty good too, like continuing his like really kind of like good stretch of play.
Yeah.
Like
14.
The Hawks, they had a good game. It was solid, very, very solid. I thought it'd be a lot closer for a team trying to get into the playoffs, but I don't know. Also, it's not mean if I call Bradley Beal injury prone, is it?
I thought that was common knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad. This is why I'm glad you're here, Garrick. So I could say that. I was like looking. I was like, man, this is the longest I've seen Bradley Beal in a stretch of basketball games. Chris Humphries, he had a couple crossovers for dunks that game. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, he's Chris
showing
Humphries.
off.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's just me. To me, I know I've said this. He's a better Ivan Johnson, in my opinion. I don't know what to think. Like, he has a very solid mid-range jumper. He fights for every rebound and good passer. Like, I don't know. I was like, you know what? He gives us what Ivan Johnson does, but better. Please don't hurt me, Ivan Johnson, if you're listening to this.
In the opposite face.
And yeah. Coming to our next game, we're going to go through this real quick. Next game, Garrick, who do we play?
The Bucks. It was ugly.
Bucks. It was kind of reminding me of the previous games against the Bucks, where it's like we were getting all these wrong bounces. Just like it was like we held them at arm's length, but then they started to come back. But then we ran away with it. It was just like all the dumb stuff that happens, like the worst things in the world, only happened to us that game. And if I can remember, was that the game where we like missed like every 3-pointer in the second half?
I think we were 5 for 32 for the whole game.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
thing is, and it's not like we were taking bad shots. All the 3-pointers were like wide open. It's like we missed them because we were shocked we were so wide open.
Scared of that length of the Bucks.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We made 1 3-pointer in the second half.
Cephalosha, I think, made that one.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. It was, man. We didn't even get a moment where John Henson chased, or someone chased John Henson into the locker room. But, man, it was interesting, very interesting game to watch. We got to watch Point Giannis Antetokounmpo. How do you say his last name?
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo. If we have our Greek fan base listening, they are going to, especially Tony, if he's listening, he's going to want to hurt me on that because I can't pronounce his name. Whew, we going through these games.
Michael Carter Williams turned into Kobe in the fourth quarter. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, really. It was, oh man. Wait, Michael Carter Williams turned to Kobe in the fourth?
We didn't get to see it. He's
hurt. Okay. I was hoping that was the joke because I was like, I hope that's the joke, but I don't know if he screwed up. He turned it. Oh man, just so many Kobe in the fourth. That's good. He turned into a Joel Embiid.
That's harsh.
Well, his tweeting was fun. How many seasons has Embiid missed? Are we on his?
It's his second.
This is his second missed season.
Yeah.
No. Is this his third or his second?
Second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He came in with
Wiggins. Okay, that's right. Okay, this is his second. Fun game. I mean, the Hawks, they did what they did. They kept the lead.
Beat bad teams at home. That's what you have to do, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, the surprising thing to me was so somebody made a post saying, like, what is your 10-game prediction for the final 10 games? I guessed 4-6 or 5-5, depending on the last game and where the standings were. And part of it was when I looked at the schedule, and we're going to talk about the next game now, where the Hawks played the Detroit Pistons, that I'm glad we won, or the controversy to the Jeff being left would have been much funnier. But, I thought that game would have been close. And I actually thought they would have lost this game just because of the schedule. They're on the road on a back-to-back against a team that's, desperately wanting to make the playoffs and has been playing better because they got the J. Cole lookalike on their team.
All shoulders, Tobias Harris.
All shoulders to, my goodness. I've never heard that before, but I like that nickname. Yeah, since Tobias Harris got on the team. We pretty much handled that game.
From start to finish.
Hackett Drummond was in full effect. The only, thing that really stunk is, do you think Millsap's going to miss any significant time?
Nah, I don't think so.
Millsap took a nasty head and had to get stitches, I believe. At least that's what the broadcast said.
I think this was probably top 3, one of the best executed games that the Hawks have had this season.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, they had how many assists? It was a ton. 34?
34 assists and only 4 turnovers.
4 turnovers, 34 assists. How many did we have? Someone had a lot of steals. Millsap had 4 steals that game. We could have gotten 5 had they not sent the the bruiser out there. It's in
Could have had
ticking
a
out of the
five by
game.
five game.
Could have.
One more steal, one more block.
I didn't realize the Pistons were 39 and 35.
Yeah, we just snapped their winning streak.
So they're what should we call it? Where are they at in the playoff race right now? Are they
They're eighth.
eighth?
Yeah.
Okay. They are eighth. All right, man. Huh.
How does it feel to be Kirk? What? Go ahead.
No, man. Go ahead. I was gonna.
How does it
say
feel to be
something.
Kirk Heinrich and not get garbage time minutes in a blowout? Jeez.
Well, I didn't even realize that Cephalosha didn't play that game.
Yeah.
We wanna, got to keep Cephalosha fresh. But yeah, at the end when it was like, garbage minutes, they had Schroeder in the game. I was like, By the way, what do you think of new sitcom I was thinking of? Dennis Schroeder versus the world. Fighting around the world with Dennis Schroeder.
He's scrappy do. Let me at him. Let me at him.
Yeah, I know.
Dennis will fight anything. You got DeMarcus Cousins. Now, Andre Drummond.
LeBron, he got into it with Steph. He's jaws at it with Chris Paul. He's thing is, it's just like, what does he say and do? Because he's got this like really thick, kind of like boyish German accent that it's like, how do you like take it seriously? Like, what does he do? Kind of like when you see Jeff Teague when he used to get into it with people. I was like, what? Before Jeff became super chilled. Oh, man. So that game definitely happened. It was a very well executed game. Do you think this means we should just leave Cephalosha on the bench from now on?
Yeah, let's just leave him there. He's useless.
Oh my goodness. I felt like the Hawks, they hit like every 3-pointer. Like they made up for 3-pointers missed. That game. Millsap was 3. I didn't realize Millsap was 3 for 4. And Bazemore also hit 3 threes.
Corv only hit 1, but he was money from inside the arc. Yeah,
he hit every shot inside the arc. Wow. Yeah, just like it was wonderful. Loved it. Snapped the winning streak. Hawks continue to hold their places third in the East. Something I thought they would have given up by now, but again, I thought they would have lost one of these 2 games. And yeah. So looking around the league, let's look at the standings. Are Heat still 5th? I think the Heat are still in 5th. Let me pull up the standings online. Boom, we got them. Indiana dropped to Indiana's in 7th. No, Boston is in 4th. So if the playoffs started today, Garrick, we'd get your matchup, Atlanta versus Charlotte.
Yes, a quiet NBA TV matchup. Just nice and quiet. No one notices. We just fly under the radar.
That would be interesting. I don't know. How's Charlotte been doing recently? Because I remember they were on some sort of a winning streak.
Yeah, they're still hot.
They're like hot, but it's just kind of like, who have they played? I remember they
beat the Spurs.
I don't know how that happened. Okay, they lost to the Pistons. Okay, they beat the Nets, lost to the Pistons, just beat the Bucks, and they play the 76ers away and at home.
Yeah,
next.
must be nice.
I know. Then we get Cavs, Raptors, and the only quote unquote tough schedule on their schedule left is the Wizards and the Celtics after that. So they are still in sixth. I thought Boston was in, I mean, excuse me, Miami was in fifth. I didn't know Boston was in fourth now. The Miami Boston matchup. That who would you rather play in the playoffs? Boston or Charlotte?
Charlotte, of course.
Charlotte?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Why Charlotte? Let me ask.
Boston, their defense, they cause turnovers, a lot of turnovers, and they're similar to the Hawks. Uh, and Isaiah Thomas, I'm more afraid of Isaiah Thomas than Kemba Walker, to be honest. He can get hot. And
It's
they
true.
have a better coach. So,
Okay. Coaching was one thing and well, hmm. So you say Boston has got a better wait, who has a better defense? Boston or Charlotte?
Charlotte has a better. Boston causes a lot more turnovers. I think Charlotte has a better defense, like statistically.
True. True. Okay. All right.
Boston is like similar to the Hawks. Their defense, they get their hands up. Everybody's in the passing lanes. And when they cause turnovers, they run, run, run.
True. Charlotte's kind of confusing to me also, just because I don't know what to think of when they actually play a real team. Okay, like outside of that game against who did they play? Outside of that Spurs game, it's just kind of like when they play real teams. Well, let me look this up. Well, no, never mind. I'm not going to take the time to look it up. So, should we go on to our next section here real quick? Going around the league, we're looking at the playoff layout. We only really care about the East, guys. We only care about the East. Although I have to ask, did we actually gain traction in terms of even though I know this would never happen, this won't happen, but do we actually gain standing in catching what you call it? Toronto?
I think so. We're only 6 back with like 10
6?
to play, 9 to play, or 8 for us.
Yeah, there used to be a 7, but hey, there you have it.
Toronto.
Anyway, let's go on to the next section real quick. Earlier in the week, well, really on Saturday, I was able to talk to Sir Foster. You may know him. Garrick, what if you had to give an introduction to explain to the people who Sir Foster is, what would you say?
The greatest uh, game day experience at a Hawks game. If you want to find out what going to a Hawks game is all about, what Atlanta is all about, you look up and you see Sir Foster and his futuristic keyboard
Mm-hmm.
playing songs, playing tunes
Wow.
that bring the masses together. That's Sir Foster. Loved around the league.
He is. He
Imitated by
is.
many, but there's only one.
Got really popular after the All Star break. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's take a listen to him. Take a listen to my talk with him. And through the power of editing, I'm going to take this part out that we're doing right now. Give me 1 second. I got to go fix something.
All right.
All right. Still there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, let me start it up. And now. Yeah, that was a cool talk that I had with him, man. It was really it was really interesting to see how humble he is with willingly talking to anybody. Because I just asked him if he wanted to come on and talk with us, and he, said, yeah, he made time out of his schedule to come talk with me. It was really cool talking to him and to hear, kind of how he came up and how he gained popularity. So let's go on. Let's preview the next game real quick. Typically, we record Tuesdays, so the only game in between now and then is the Hawks versus the Chicago, not in the playoffs anymore, Bulls.
They're dead. So happy about this.
Derek, when I talk about overrated teams,
Second best team in the East, Josh.
I could have sworn like we just still keep hearing that the Bulls are the second best team in the East. Derrick Rose is going to get it back together after how many years?
Fred Hoiberg is going to take them over the top, something that Thibodeau never did.
Yeah, Thibodeau ran his players into the ground. Well, I think he did. But, Joakim Noah is amazing. He's an all-star. Not an all-star. He's basically a superstar, MVP or whatever. Garrett, the Bulls have been terrible recently.
They're a five-man dumpster fire when they're on the court. It's so beautiful to watch, Josh. I think only a couple weeks ago, Jalen Rose called them the second best team in the East.
Jalen. I will say nice things in hopes that we can one day get him on Caw Cast, but man, Jalen. We'll leave that alone. So, man. Okay, so who did they recently lose to? Did they lose to the Knicks twice, or was it like the Nets and the Knicks or something like that?
Yeah, Knicks twice. The Magic yesterday, I think.
Jeez, Bulls. Like, oh my goodness, that team is. They are so overhyped, so overrated. Like, the second best team in the. I can't believe that was the thing. Second best team in the East.
Although if they miraculously got in, got the 7th seed, they'll probably sweep the Raptors. Raptors can't seem to beat them.
That is kind of what I'm hoping. Like, I wish all the other teams would just like let them win so they can play the Raptors, and then the Hawks can play them in the second round if we beat the team in the first round. Oh man. So we are talking all this, and there is that chance the Bulls can flip that switch and come in and beat us tomorrow night, or really Monday night. We're recording this on a Sunday once again.
Yeah.
There still is that chance. And if we lost to them, I'd kind of be like, cool, let's help them get to match up against the Raptors. Let's get them into playoffs.
They're scheduled down the stretch to have 6 road games.
Let's see here. Pacers, Rockets. Oh, yeah, they got a rough schedule. Minus the last 2 games. They have a rough schedule. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, you're right. Jeez, man. That stinks. They're like that.
Yeah, Taj Gibson came out after they lost to the Knicks and said they have to stop losing to trash teams.
A funny thing is, New Yorkers would be like, we're not, how dare you call us a trash team? I love New Yorkers. Yeah. Any predictions for this game? Win, loss? What you think?
I think it'll be a win for the Hawks. For the good guys. Um, Maybe a little close.
If anyone were to have a good game this game, who do you think it would be?
Oh, definitely Al Horford.
Horford gets like this glimmer in his eye when he knows he's going against Joakim Noah. if
He's going
if
against,
Noah plays.
yeah, Noah's gone for the year, I think.
Oh, he is?
He's going
Okay.
against Gasol, and Gasol
Doesn't play
plays,
defense.
plays defense like your grandma.
Flails around a lot. Okay. Gasol will score.
Yeah,
Defensive wise, yeah. Gasol will score. Um, gonna be interesting to watch how the Hawks handle Jimmy Butler because that kind of, I don't know, gives us the whole thing of seeing how we defend a wing player. That's really good. I don't know if you're looking for a matchup, guys. We can
yeah,
see Justin
he didn't.
Holiday.
Oh yeah, he didn't play in the
Yeah,
last matchup. Jimmy Butler.
oh, that's true. And I don't think he played did he play the? Yeah, he didn't play the last matchup. I'm not sure about the time before that. We can see Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose. You know what? I think they will win, though it wouldn't shock me if something very Hawksish happened and we got like, you know how like Derrick Rose looks good once a week or once every other week? And
Yeah,
this is the game where he looks like that. Oh, that's it. I don't know. I'm hoping for a win, so the Hawks can continue to prove me wrong on my 4-6 record. Anyway, I think that wraps it up right there. We're about to be out. Anything else to mention? We have
yeah,
questions real quick.
yeah. Do we have any questions?
We got a
Let's start
couple
with
actually. We actually got a couple. Let's see here. Connor Newton wanted us to talk about what happened to Jeff Teague last night. So, Connor, we got you. Um, we have a few. Ed wants to know when I'm moving back to the superior Eastern time zone. Ed, I need to find a job out there. That's Duff Man on the site. We know him. We love him. Okay, so we have someone named Napster on Twitter at Lars Sued Me. That's literally his
Oh,
handle
that's clever, I guess.
at Lars Sued Me. I
His
like
name
that.
is Napster.
I like that. Okay, never mind. I get it. I get it. That's clever, Napster. He says, "How is it that guys like Tim Hardaway Jr. can improve their defense and still get called bad defenders, while people still maintain that guys like Kyrie are good defenders when they just are not?"
Who says
Garrick,
Kyrie's a good defender?
give us your answer.
Who is this? Who is this delusional person that's saying Kyrie is a good defender? Where is this person? I want to
Hold
meet.
on. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You're muted.
can you hear me?
I can't hear you. No, it'd be hilarious if this is when my sound just went out. Dang it. Okay, hold on.
Can
Give
you
me a
hear me?
second. Garrick, I'm gonna leave and then come back.
Okay.
See if something. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. This stupid thing. Okay. Man, the editing is really going to suck today. All right, so where was I? Okay, guys, technical difficulties. Anyway, let's answer Napster's question. Garrick, what you think?
I was just saying, who is this delusional person that's saying Kyrie is a good defender? Where is this? What planet has this person been living on? What basketball games are they watching when they
Yeah,
think Kyrie Irving can defend his position?
let the people know, man. Let them know how you really feel. Yeah, yeah, Kyrie is a bad defender. But Napster, I will say, it's just like people have this perception amongst them of, I don't know, just like an old perception. Like, for instance, due to a college scouting report, Al Horford is not a center. I mean, I don't know. It's just what people think. Let them think he's a bad defender. I don't know. Whatever. Kind of like how Kyle. Garrick, did you know Kyle Korver's a bad defender?
Yeah, Cal Corver's a terrible defender. Cal Corver, just because I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. I was going to think, oh, crap, I have to bleep something out real quick.
Yes, Cal Corver's terrible, terrible, terrible. That the lack of melanin in his skin, Josh, makes him a terrible defender.
Yeah, he reminds me of Jimmy Butler. And not Jimmy, excuse me. Jeez, what was I saying? JJ Redick. He reminds me of JJ Redick and, and how he plays. And I was going to say Jimmy not Jimmy. Doug McDermott.
Jimmy
Doug McDermott. Doug McDermott. That's what I keep thinking. He reminds me of him, and I don't know. He's got a little Chandler Parsons in him. What do you think?
Yeah, he's like a coach on the floor, that Cal Corver.
Yeah, very gritty. Did you see when he dove for the ball against the Pistons?
Oh yeah, that hustle.
Very, very gritty. All hustle. Okay, so Sam, the guy who was on Twitter with us, he asks, not on Twitter with us, the guy who was on the podcast with us. Man, I need to end this. I'm looking at my Twitter and getting words confused. Sam asks at Sam J. Hodge, are you a believer in the power of squaw? In that we've entered an alternate dimension of goodness since the Humphreys trade. CC ATL Hawks Reddit.
Is that Hawk spelled backwards?
It is. It is. I just noticed that. Okay. Yes.
So we're Bizarro Hawks.
Yes.
It's like that
James,
George Costanza episode where we do the opposite.
The opposite. Yeah. Hi, my name is George Costanza. I'm broke, unemployed, and live with my parents. Hi, George. Seinfeld humor for anyone that watches Seinfeld out there besides us. James, of course, comments back and he says, it's a beautiful entity in which we should all embrace it. And he basically says, walk, walk, which is, opposite of caw, caw. Caw, caw! Walk, walk!
Wow.
So anyway, Sam has a follow-up question of, is squaha something that can be turned on and off or a different beast altogether? Garrick, I said the crazier the questions, the better. What do you think of this?
What's Sam on? Sam was a little different when he was on here.
We love you, Sam. We want you to come back on, man. Same with you, James. Yeah. James is crazy. If we can get that giant ESPN personality, James Broswell, to join us again, man, we'd be something. Oh man. I don't know. It's kind of like you remember when we played the who did we play? The Magic. And the possum was the rally cry. Do you
Yeah,
remember that?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Preston Drake at Preston_Drake says, are you more confident going into the playoffs this year with a better defense or last year with a better offense? Garrett, answer Preston real quick. We need the quick
So
take.
the Hawks defense was pretty good last year, but it's even better this year, and I think we're peaking at the right time, I guess.
I may have misread that. I meant to say last year's. Are we better with this year's defense or last year's offense? Like, are
Oh,
you
yeah.
more confident?
Probably, I guess I'm more confident this year because some shots haven't fallen this year. They were falling last year. We're getting wide open shots. I think the offense will be fine. Like Mike Woodson always says, the offense will be fine. It's the defense that we have to work on.
Jeez, don't you dare quote Mike Woodson on this podcast, Garrett. This may be your last one.
My apologies.
Yeah, Preston, thank you for asking. Preston, I think, oh man, last year I was confident in the fact that we were playing more bad teams last year. And really last year, all I wanted us to do was just make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because, Garrick, have you ever seen the Hawks playing the Eastern Conference Finals before?
I had not for last year.
Okay. That was I kind of had minimal expectations last year. And then also, the Hawks weren't really the Hawks after All-Star break last year. Like, we were barely squeaking by and beating teams when we did win. And it was just like a lot of ugly games. And then we just had all the injuries that happened towards the end of the season. Millsap with the messed up shoulder. Dennis, we thought broke his toe. And then Horford, freaking broke his finger, dislocated his finger on his shooting hand the first game of the playoffs. This year, it just seems like, they found that mode right now. And their confidence is sky high, and they're looking good. They have a rhythm. Garrick, you mentioned one of our first podcasts, that the Hawks offense is rhythm-based, and they're in a rhythm right now. So that's what makes me confident. I'm with you. I'm more confident this year in how they look, but the only thing I have reservations about is we're going to be playing harder teams this year than last year.
It's going to be that quiet I-85 series against the Charlotte Hornets on NBA TV.
And it's going to be a giant, just, what do you call it? What's that called when you when you talk to players when you're not supposed to try to get them to join your team?
Tampering?
Tampering. It's going to be a giant, hopefully 4-game, in worst case 7-game tampering case for, geez, what's the guy's name? I just forgot.
Nicholas Batum?
Nicholas Batum, yeah. So, next question. Here, a quick fire question right here. How do you feel about the possibility of the starting backcourt being Schroeder and Hardaway next season? Also, do you think Teague will be traded on draft night? This is asked us by Luke at Can't Find Me.
This Schroeder Hardaway backcourt. I'll have to see it. Yeah, I think Jeff Teague will be traded on draft night. To quote Charles Barkley, that's just my opinion. I think we'll be traded. That's just my opinion.
Oh man, Hardaway, Hardaway and Schroeder. Excuse me. It's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky to see. I'd have to
Depends
see
on
it.
who starts at small forward. That's probably what it is.
Yes. Okay. All right. Also with Teague, we'll see what happens when we get closer to the draft. It would be smart to move Teague on draft night. It would be smart. However, the coach is also the president, and the team at the moment, one of the strengths is Jeff and Schroeder. That's one of the strengths. So I don't know if we're not going to take a step forward if that happens. We're going to take a step back, but I don't know. I'm with you, Garrick, though. I think it'd be smart if they did. But we'll see that when it comes to the draft. Garrick, anything else you want to talk about?
I have nothing, Josh.
Nothing? I was going to mention we're getting to the good parts, the special parts of OJ versus the People. The girl that had a mental breakdown. Okay, so I Googled a lot of this to see if this actually happened. I don't think she went screaming, but they said someone did have a mental breakdown. But they also said that girl, she went on to model in Playboy after the whole OJ case was over. I did not know that.
Really?
Yeah, I read that on fact checking. Also, just I don't know,
Have
just
something to Google.
hey now, hey.
Oh, okay.
Hey now. We'll talk about that when we're not on when we do our movie pod later in the week. Well, Garrick, go have fun watching Batman versus Superman. I'm going to give you a few days to things. It didn't really hit me a lot of the stuff until about 12 hours later. Yeah, it just didn't hit me, Garrick. I'm going to leave it at that. But have fun, everybody. Thank you for listening. And we will see you next time. We out.
Peace.